Ugh, oh my god. Alrighty, good morning everybody. So, hiding that, obviously. It is time, my wonderful friends, to open up my mailbox first. Okay, cool. Sorry, still waking up. It's all here. The choco. Duh, I had a brief moment thinking I was lagging for a sec. The ARC identification key. Okay, nothing funny to say with it. She's not alone. She's following you. The wind-up garnet. Wait, do I have a... Oh, I do. Garbage. There you are. ARC. Seeking to develop the advanced transforming airship, the engineers at Garlean Ironworks turned to the expertise of former Illuminati scientists. The result is a machina that can convert between bipedal and assault craft forms in the blink of an eye. But seeing there's more to you than meets the eye. Haha, Transformers reference. Alright, welcome to the favorites list. And as for Garnet, she better be partnered with the Zidane minion. Good. Once upon a time, there lived a princess who hailed from a long line of summoners. Legends pull that she was abducted by a band of thieves, where she was set upon a journey under an assumed identity. She possessed an angelic voice. She often hummed beautiful songs that touched the heart. Please come back. Alright, so, now, I have early access. I pre-ordered it. You obviously saw I got my pre-order goodies. Why didn't I start streaming? I've been busy with work, and I have been prepping for having time off to do a bit of a long stream. Probably going to be about like 3 hours. I got other stuff to do. But I can finally start it without any interruptions, without it being late into the night. Oh, I did sell stuff. Nice. Not a lot, but still. And also, in my off time... yeah, it'll be here. I've been leveling another job. All the way to 91. So while, yes, Paladin is still on this. Speaking of which... I've been leveling Viper up. I should probably also complete the story for it. Well, up until the level 90. Oopsie daisies. I did not think that... Well, I didn't totally not think that through. I know I said I'd get started on the Dawntrail story, but... I better wrap things up. So... Was it in Ul'dah, or did we move somewhere else? When in doubt, consult the world map. That's weird that it's showing me those. Thanalan. Eastern Thanalan, Northern Ul'dah. No. Alright, I guess I'm gonna actually have to teleport there. Because I was leveling in and then I stopped when I hit 91 and I wasn't sure where I left off. Oops. Alright, well, it was either there or New Caledonia, so... I would have started a lot sooner, but I turned off certain alarms so I could sleep in today. Been very exhausted. Yep, there it is. Also been tweaking things with the Viper as I've been leveling it up. I'm remembering to... No, I don't want to. There we go. Save. It still feels a little bit off center. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't get just one, but 2 bots. Wow. Alright, because I remember the last time that I was leveling Reaper, I got it all the way and started to like do stuff instead of doing the story quest, and I did not get in Shroud, which was a foolish thing. I was basically doing level 80 content, well, level 80 plus content without one of my necessary toolkits. I'm not repeating that mistake. Good to see you, Niren. After a lot asking around, I dug up some new leads on FFXIV. It's my June. I keep doing that over time. I'm just gonna wing it. Or at least I think I did. Wasn't easy enough. At first, the only stories of interest were about Garlean poachers dealing in so-called exotic meats. Juveniles. In other words, too young and too dead to be what we're after. That detour notwithstanding, there were a few other tidbits that might be useful. Got my own thoughts on the matter, but I want to hear yours too. Is that alright? Sure. What supplies? So here an adventurer came across a whole bunch of strikingly beautiful red feathers just outside of town. He ended up giving them to some kids who've been playing with them ever since. More to the point, there was huge talk about beasts with glowing blue eyes, flying up towards a place called the Black Shroud. Red feathers, blue eyes, put 2 and 2 together, it's awful like FFXIV. It seems that it's had enough Lathanel and picked the Shroud as its new stamping ground. What's your take on it all? It's a promising lead. Knew you agreed. The amount of mystery meat I had to sample just to squeeze information out of those butchers at the market. I'm glad all have paid off. For our next move, I reckon we ought to take an airship to Gardania. From what I hear, a fellow by the name of Gavin over at the Adder's Nest. He'll be able to tell us more. I'll meet you there. Alright, I need green dye. Kinda want this outfit to match. What my top is. So it's kind of a dark faded green like this. Or that. This is deep wood green dye. But deep wood. Hypothetically speaking, do I have the necessary ingredients to craft my own? No, I need green pigment. I do not have green pigment. I'll just teleport to Garlean and use the market there. Benoi. sorry, I quickly got a... For fashion. Deep wood. Really? Come on, it's not that expensive. I'll ruin the market in a heartbeat. Alright, but anyway. There we go. I should now be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Oh, still so tired, but tired and excited. Hello, Gavin. Good, how might I help? I'm after a Tyrol of I'm searching for this dangerous creature that's come over from another continent. Oh, I see, as it happens, I'm aware of the beast that matches the description of this FFXIV. I scared spoke of blue-eyed red wings of an aggressive nature leading to attack any who dared approach. So really here's the shroud. They're no good already. Thankfully, there have been no deaths so far, but it's only a matter of time before a merchant or adventurer becomes the first. I believe I'm just gonna say Ixok came in search of new territory. That island wasn't to its liking, so now it's testing out the shroud. It appears so. I'll tell the other adders you're pursuing the beast and to lend what assistance they can. I'm assuming that's alright with you. Yes, the more the merrier. Slaying the bastard's what matters, and I ain't too proud to accept what help when it's offered. So, where's the last scene? In the South Shroud. Once you get there, head for Quarry Mill and look for the Lieutenant Goliath. He's leading the search. To the South Shroud. First things first, I'm going to wrap up the Viper storyline, which will go up to 90, I believe. It doesn't push further. Because then what's left is the job quests. And then basically once I wrap this up, straight to Garlean and getting on that boat. Oh, hey Teo. Forgot I had you out. Innocent Stork. And this guy who's not a player because it skipped over him. You must be Keshwa Niran, the Addis Nest sent word expecting you both. I'm Goliath, the officer in charge of this operation. This is Innocent Stork, who has provided us with vital information. A merchant and her employee spotted the beast on the way back from Ul'dah. So taken to assembling a liberty of assembling a team of experts to assist in tracking the target. At no small expense, I might add. But compared to the losses my business would suffer were the creature allowed to roam free, I deemed it a worthy investment. Our goals are aligned. Perhaps you wish to join my experts in the field? If so, you'll find them at Roots Lake. I'm sure you'll get along swimmingly. Looks like we're late to the party. Let's go and hear what they have to say. I don't trust this tall lady, no matter how good looking she may be. Come on, Teo. Actually, you know what? Let's see if RNG is going to be grateful. Ah, nice. There's Ark. In all his glory. What music plays? Oh, the Final Fantasy IX battle music. I should go and try playing Final Fantasy IX again. Once again, no. I could try doing another Dead Fantasy. Oh, I probably should have just teleported over here, but I wanted to see if RNG would let me get Ark. So that I can... Oh, I'm inside. I was like, where did I go? Transformed. Oh, I just disappear. I don't even ride the shoulder or anything. The hunt leader. And this noobs of noobs. Fresh meat for the hunt, eh? Well, it came down to that you tag along, but don't get underfoot. Looking for signs of a creature so unnatural as can predict its movements. Well, then we'll lay traps and it's expected to appear. Got themselves a proper plan, don't they? Seeing as they're being so accommodating, we might as well join in the search. The dung appears to be that of an enormous beast. Wow, that is one big pile of shit. But not really. Since by its dry appearance meter, it was excreted some time ago. A tilt, a tilt, tilt, tilt. Creature bears the marks of enormous claws on their hindquarters, just as they were struck down as they attempted to flee. Dung exudes a foul odor, lingering warmth indicates recently deposited. Found me a few signs of activity. How about you? I found several indicators that it's recently in this area. Corpses of grazing animals gouged by monstrous claws? Same here. The size and depth of these wounds are consistent with how Exoc hunts. And just like back in Tyrol, it's killing not just to eat, but to also mark its territory, to show anyone and everyone who's boss. There you are. Managed to sniff anything out? Yes, sir. Aside from a couple of dunghills, we got some dead wildlife. Most likely the work of FFXIV. I reckon it's close, somewhere north of the swamp. We came to the same conclusion. The predator makes no attempts to cover its tracks. Clearly it survived long by virtue of its immense proportions and in spite of its diminished intelligence. You got it all wrong. Left those tracks on purpose, to see how we react. Are you saying the beast is testing us? It's absurd. The level of foresight and cunning required to even attempt is far beyond these lesser beings. As for the corpses it left behind, those animals must not have been on its taste. This is just using fresh cuts of prime livestock as bait. The bloodier the better. Once the creature has been enticed, surrounding us of doing it is but a formality. These guys are gonna die. I hate to break it to you, but FFXIV is way too clever to fall for that. They're gonna need every trick in the book, and then some. Rest assured I've considered every eventuality. Even if there was a merit to your advice, I will not let it be said that our success was the product of anyone's genius but mine and mine alone. What difference does it make who came up with it? A monetary difference. As the stock offers better rewards based on performance. Interesting. I don't even think about trying to steal our thunder. We're the ones who will bring her FFXIV, whatever its name is, not you. Listen, we're trained to fight large predators like these. If you've got any sense, you'll let us take the lead. And put their lives in the hands of complete strangers? I think not. There's no place in the strategy for you. Stand aside and wait for further instructions. Fine. Have it your way. You're half the hunters you say you are, then FFXIV is as good as dead, right? Come on, Niren. Let's leave them to it. Nothing good ever came from working with people you can't trust. Even I know that. And it's decided. You two will wait at the southern end of the lower pass, ready to give chase in the chance the beast escapes us. Not that it will. I'm being nice today because I'm in a good mood, but asking for my Discord is a surefire way to get banned, especially since you're using the same copy-paste message as everybody else. Awful quiet, don't you think? Yeah. You hear that? It sounded like karma. See one on the hunting party. Came from the north. Let's move. Oh man, how much you want to bet that I'm gonna come back and they're all dead? Oh no. Oh my god. It's Deep Boy Death Mouse. It got them. They weren't ready. Here we are. Yeah, he's as good as dead. I know it hurts, but please, tell us what happened. was watching us. The fresh lamb should draw the target out of hiding. Though if I lace it with toxin I brought, success is practically guaranteed. Toxin, we were explicitly told not to kill the beast in case you've forgotten. Of course not. We use it as a sedative, highly potent, but only lethal if applied in excess. Like the stomach for it, I'll do it myself. Naturally, my personal contributions will be detailed in the report to ensure credit is given what due. The hell's you playing at? If it catches winds, the plan's ruined. Shouldn't we go after them? No, only make things worse. That bookworm wants to stick his neck out for a few more gil. I say let him. What? No, no, ah. Oh, wow, it's pretty. God have mercy, there it is. If they call him nothing changed except the bait, now's the chance. Ugh, and they're all dead. They were screaming. I ran, but I could still hear. You're right. It knew. It knew. Ugh. Oh, damn it, I really didn't think this guy would return. Catch Garlean by the 12, what happened here? The hunters became the hunted. I shall see that the remains and necessary rites performed. Perhaps he'd be so kind to return to Garlean and share the unfortunate tidings with innocent Stork. My plan is brilliant, brilliant. Have you ever hunted these things before? No. Well, then it's not. I'd anticipated casualties, but it was a massacre. Each ox grown bolder, for it only hunted animals, lone travelers. Prey it knew could handle with ease. Its past brushes with death taught it to be cautious. That's probably why it fled Toral in the first place, too. But it just outwitted a group of armed hunters. Instead of running away from the trouble, the beast went looking for it. This was a sport, a game. It was having fun. And now it's had a taste, it's only going to want more. My poor judgment invited this tragedy. I must make amends. Please allow me to assist you in preserving the creature. Even without a team of experts at my disposal, I believe my network of contacts will prove useful in gathering vital information. Yeah, Keep the freelancers out of it and leave the hunting to us. Understood. I place my faith in your abilities as vipers. Appreciate it, ma'am. If you turn up any leads, be sure to let us know. I'd best return to the Atlas Nest and deliver my report. It's imperative we inform the populace of the threat posed by FFXIV. Might I ask to use Core Mill as your temporary base of operations? Knowing where to find it will make it easier to coordinate our efforts. Suits me fine. Besides, I got plenty to do here, like to learn about this neck of the woods and the critters and whatnot. But while I have you, there's one thing I want to ask. How'd the twin adders get their name? I beg your pardon? What does that have to do with FFXIV? Nothing really. It's just the Vipers based their fighting arts on snakes. So they're near and dear to our hearts. Might even say we got a reference from. Oh, is that so? I suppose we also feel a kinship towards snakes. The name Twin Adders comes with a pair of white snakes on the Garlean stand, though that imagery predates the city surrounding. There's more I could tell you, though I fear other matters must take precedence. Let's stay as long as that. We'll be talking till the packers come home. Love to hear more about it, but I understand we'll have to wait. I'd best get to learning what I can about Ixmoc. While I see to that, maybe I'll squeeze in some training. Sure, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Got a quest for me? Yes, you do. Look at everyone rocking the same exact gear over and over, except for the guy who's wearing the new gear. I'm the only one who deigned to fashion glam, along with a few others. Uh-oh, catch by his grave tidings. Had a bad enough feeling when I woke up this morning, and sure enough, Ixmoc has struck again. Goliath and his stork are trying to narrow down where it'll appear next based on the reports, but so far they come up empty. Here Goliath is Fulgar Flo talking to witnesses. Let's go see what he's learned. Fulgar Flo. Oh, that's a North Shroud. Damn it, those are spiffy looking weapons. Dang it. I wanted to get a better look at them. Those are probably like the Deep Shadow thing or some such. Oh, I was really craving some water. Oh, thank you for coming. Oh, and Teo left. I expect Kishkwa has shared some details, but it's even worse than we thought. Smajun grows increasingly bold, with deadly consequences. A blessing, the people here remain calm, though we must act quickly to avoid widespread panic. It has to call upon anyone with information to share and ask to gather here. As we requested that any detail be reported, no matter how small, we find ourselves somewhat inundated. Certain, however, that among the accounts are clues vital to locating a recording. We can open that. All we gotta do is ask folks around here what they've seen, right? Oh yes, that would be most helpful. Perhaps you could start near the Aetheryte, while near it, ask by the bobbing cork. I was passing to the northward when I saw a frightful creature with immense red wings. A little too far away to see clearly, but it seemed to be battling a group of smaller beasts, which were probably slaughtered before flying away. Passing through, I heard some fiend was on a rampage over in the East Shroud. Didn't think much of it at first, but when I saw the people coming from that direction and the look on their faces, I decided to stay put. Good thing too, or I might have died. Pick your battles. Make sure they're battles you can win. Oh, I saw it flying over the central shroud. Each pop up drastic wing came a powerful wind bearing the scent of blood, so noxious and suffocating. So I could do not vomit where I stood. Ugh. Everyone's got a story to share, but nothing seems to point where Ixok might strike next. Do any better? I got a couple locations, but yeah. North, east, and central shroud, eh? Folks asked, said it was south. I tell you, must be trying to make the whole damn forest its territory. Hold on now. One of the guys I talked to was in the east shroud. Everyone has heard that the beast was on a rampage, but mine said he never saw Ixok, even though they should have been there at the same time. Worth looking into, don't you think? Yeah, you might be onto something. I'm not saying this is the answer, but you never know where a trail will take you till you follow it. Like the dawn, exactly. We gotta go chat with the Phil again. I'll take you to him. Philibert. One of the many Berts of Eorzea. As I said before, I was traversing the East Shroud on an errand when I heard what sounded like flapping of enormous wings. Later, I saw a wounded animal charging through the brush. It was the moment I recalled the rumors of the monstrosity on loose and realized I was in danger and ran. So the critter was hurt and still able to make its escape. But the only way it could have gone away from Ixok is if the bastard chose to let it go. Meanwhile, our friend here was close enough to hear the wings flapping, yet lived to tell the tale. An adventurer traveling alone would have been easy pickings, so why did Sparrow? Well, you were running an errand, so what were you carrying? All I had was some bottled potions and ethers. Yeah, but there was one other thing. I was carrying a potpourri filled with gear, body, and wildgrass. Another vegan custom, in case you're unaware. That's gotta be it. Goliath will want to hear about this. It can't stand the smell. Could you wait here a moment? Keshko asked me to verify a theory of his. I shan't be long. Exactly as you surmised. Most of what we've seen live to tell a tale are Alamegan adventurers. I knew it. It's gotta be that fragrance. All animals have a powerful sense of smell, and Ixok Majun's no exception. Which makes him much more sensitive to odors than it doesn't care for. Where the beast can't stand the wild grass of these potpourris, the potent fragrance, and like another ground grass, we get back into roll. Never went anywhere near the grass was growing. One man's meat is another's poison. Perhaps the same can be said for aromas. Exactly. Now that we know what Ixok can't stomach, we can use this information to drive it where we want it. Then it would behoove me to share discovery with innocent Stork. Given the information and context at her disposal, I dare say she'll help us find a way to utilize the fragrance to its maximum potential. I dare say you're right. In the meantime, we'll head over to Garlean and pick up some wild grass. Yes, by all means. We must do everything in our power to avert further tragedy. Oh. Many of the adventurers gathered here are so terrified of encountering Ixok Majun that they're considering abandoning the profession entirely. Several are yet fledglings. They have to contend with the foe far beyond their reckoning. They die before getting enough experience to even be considered adventurers. The thought of the bright futures being snatched away is almost more than I can bear. Very reason joined the Twin Adders to prevent such senseless deaths. Therefore I humbly request your cooperation in slaying the dread beast. No need. I have every intention of putting the bastard in the dirt. With my help. The matter at hand then. A few moments ago, one of the adventurers mentioned the wild grass we seek grows abundantly in Pike Falls. If you collected enough, let us rendezvous at Quarry Mill. Just warn you though, that Garlean is home to some particularly vicious wildlife. Be on your guard. Pike Falls, eh? Oh, it's not that far away. Femroth. Meow mom. Oh, wait, no. Do, grabbing some grass. Do, wild. Oh shit, that's a bee. Oh shit, it's a bee. That'll do it. So love to stick around and study the wildlife. We better get back to Quarry Mill. You've done well to gather so much wild grass. As promised, I've called upon an Stork to advise us on our next steps. I placed an order with an alchemist acquaintance for custom-made fusor pouches, which may be employed to spread the aura over a wide area, prolonging its potency. We will issue these pouches to twin outer units, tasked with driving the beast to an isolated area of our choosing. Away from civilians and an ideal spot for a final showdown. It's good thinking. Indeed, once the pouches have been produced, the beast is as good as ours. If I may, there's a further request I wish to make. Rather than slaying Ixoc Majoon outright, would you be able to instead capture it alive? What? The better to understand its behavior. Such knowledge will prove invaluable should predators of similar nature trouble us in the future. Absolutely not. That's a risk we can't afford to take, ma'am. The hunters of yours tried baiting with a carcass laced with sedatives. The Ixoc Majoon saw right through their plan. It's demonstrated a degree of cunning to rival any man's. Even if we did capture it, it's only a matter of time before it escapes and kills again. So no way you could deal with a monstrosity like that. You slay it first chance you get. No half measures, no hesitation. Then we are left with no other choice. Pray forgive me for making such ill-considered suggestion. I shall abandon all thoughts of capturing the beast and instead turn my attention to the procurement of the fusor pouches. You will hear from me soon. You don't know by now what we're up against. Why even ask? She's got her own angle. And a debit. Ain't the time to guess folks' motivations. Wish she'd do us all a favor and put her cards on the table. The rich and powerful are really so obliging. Got that right, but since the salty earth are speaking our minds. There's a fear in you, but I can't tell. Feel for your thoughts. Never know, I might be able to help you. Oh, well, after talking with the adventurers, I can't help but feel a little bit scared of FFXIV, that's all. Anyway, I should return to Gardania to make a report. Folks always saying one thing but meaning another. Just when I was starting to believe I'd gotten the hang of polite conversation. Ain't no force in the issue, I know. If Garlean has something to say, he'll say it when he's good and ready. So now we gotta wait on those pouches, and who knows how long that'll be. Keep an eye on things here, so I suggest you get ready to fake it suck. Oh, my dude, I am ready. Well, I sent word the diffuser pouches are ready. He's heading now over. Once he arrives, we can finally put this plan into action. The pouches have been distributed among the twin atoms along with instructions on correct handling. You see, according to the alchemist who made them, the aroma of the wild grass dulls the senses. For the average person, this would do little more than soothe the nerves, but the creature with the heightened sense of smell, its effect will be far more pronounced. As for where we will entrap FFXIV, Innocent Stalker's proposed location in the Dravanian hinterlands, as she believes is ideal. Certainly the area is largely uninhabited, and Edelshire, the only settlement nearby, is relatively simple to defend. I already consulted with his guardians, and they gave us their blessing to proceed. That's kind of far. Like, really far. It's all well and good, but by the look of your face, you're not. I'm not gonna press, but I suggest that once we get to Dravania, you best hang back and leave the fighting to us. You know, full well I'm keeping things from you, yet you still show concern for my well-being. Why? Just my way, I suppose. Or the way I was trained as a viper. It's our job to keep folks safe from creatures that go against the natural order. Doesn't matter who you are or whose side you're on, politics, feuds, all that drama, ain't none of that our concern. I'll admit I got my doubts about you, but you're still someone I need to protect from FFXIV. I'm just gonna say Majun. The X is silent. Simple as that. There's something you need to know. On what's the curse it is? Well, as I thought, you've yet to depart from Coimel. What's keeping you? Lieutenant Garlean, whatever's the matter? You look as though someone walked over your grave. No, I find the two of you in better spirits, though. Seeing our friend is somewhat under the weather, perhaps it's best he stays behind with me in Edelshire. No objections here, but Garlean and I were having a heart-to-heart, if you don't mind. I do. We have a schedule to keep. I must insist our dear Vipers get underway. While you are en route to Dravanian hinterlands, I would be happy to lend an ear to Garlean and his troubles. You need well yourselves. It's of no import. I wish you both good hunting. Talk about hey, he said shit, not shite. Everyone in the Eorzea says shite. He's the one who's this is the first time we ever had a shit. Talk about shit timing. Better or for worse, we'll find out what he's holding back soon enough. Anyway, we got a Taral Vidral to slay. Something about this stinks. It's got a certain smell. Ooh. Well, I wish I could use that eye patch. certain smelly smell. A certain smelly smell that smells kind of smelly. No sign of FFXIV. That gives us time to pick a good spot for an ambush. Let me know what you find. Offers commanding view of the area. It does not offer enough space for you to fight to your full potential. Cramped conditions offer only limited field of vision, and combat would doubtless prove difficult. While the view is obstructed by the wall, you should be able to remain concealed easily. You've surveyed a number of locations with each varying suitability. Keshkal will be eager to hear your report. Found something you ain't gonna believe. Smell that? It's gotta be one of Innocent Stork's diffuser pouches. Somebody must have hidden it nearby. The bag of wild grass stinking up the place, there's no way FFXIV would ever show up. Realize an Innocent Stork sent us on a wild alpaca chase. So where's our withdrawal if it ain't here? The Carthus Western Highlands. Yeah, so that's what Gullies was trying to tell us. At least he told us to cut off. But then he looked the clue will lead us to Innocent Stork. She's probably still planning to capture FFXIV alive, the stubborn fool. Man, it's really cold. I should have worn sleeves. Brr. No sign of our tricksters or FFXIV. Best keep searching. Oh, cutscene. A scene of cuts. There they are. Oh, and managed to capture it. Well, if it isn't these steamed vipers, who, with all the supposed skill and intellect, asserted that capturing the great Ixok was nigh impossible. Or perhaps he was simply afraid. As you can see, I proved equal to the task, and all it took was a little ingenuity. I understand Ixok cunning and cruelty better than anyone. There's no way you got it in that cage without... Wait. Where's your bodyguard? You yourself observed how attempting to lure Ixok with obvious bait ended in failure. But a beast is still a beast. A predator is compelled to hunt. Casualties are inevitable, and a prudent strategy must account for them. An exceptional one, however, would leverage this element to its advantage, as mine did. You ordered him to put sedatives in his pocket and face Ixok alone. It was over before it began. His screams still ring in my ears. So you fed Ixok in the sedatives and your bodyguard along with them. You're telling me he willingly offered himself up? Enthusiastically even, all to ensure his plague-stricken family receives treatment, the duration of which will be determined by his performance. He all but leapt into the beast's maw. Despair, is that you? As I'm sure Garlean will agree, there's no limit to what we can accomplish when given the appropriate incentive. Yeah, you see my solicitors. Ah, you changed their name. Yeah, my solicitors, who I promptly ignore because they just show up once and then never again. Hey man, welcome to the stream. I'm just doing the Viper story before I hop fully into Dawntrail. Why go to such despicable lengths to capture it? Oh please, everyone's getting what they wanted, so let's not quibble over the details. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll even answer your question you rudely asked, though it was. Everyone has their own unique proclivities, and I am no exception. I've awoken to the thrill of bringing around ferocious beasts under my power. But only what's my appetite for the true pleasure when I unleash my pets upon unworthy opponents to enact scenes of glorious carnage. I've met my share of monsters, but none of them compare to you. A monster and a fool. That there is a Tyrell of a draw. The moment you open that cage, it's gonna rip you to shreds. Indeed it would, if it were so inclined. But if Ixok Majoons is as intelligent and bloodthirsty as you say, will soon learn to accept that I can provide a constant supply of worthy prey, and in return it will accept me as its master. It's awake? Ah, blindsided by a beast that doesn't belong here. I got tired of this place. All I did was photo shoots in early access. All I did was level up Viper to 91 in early access. One of my lesser pets should be more than adequate to dispose of you. After all, I am loath to release Ixokmajun while it remains subdued. And though I may not be watching, do try to put on a good show regardless. I haven't touched Pictomancer at all. Pictomancer is going to be like for funsies. Besides, I've yet to master the full armed kit that is the Viper. I even whipped up a nifty little glam here. Though, alas, the chest piece is not dyeable. And it's Thanker's Heavensward outfit, but eh. Thanks. I owe you. God damn it. Can't believe anyone would be stupid enough to try taming a Torel withdrawal. Never mind Ixokmajun itself. What really sticks to my craw is that Goliath has been dancing to innocent stork tune, and there was thinking he needed our help. Yeah, she must be manipulating him. You're right. There's more to this than meets the eye. Anyway, no point in freezing our asses off out here. Okay, this is something I learned that's kind of cool. Yeah, I started playing it kind of to give it like groundwork. I started playing it like Reaper and then fine-tuning it from there. So I'm waiting until I have full access to the kit to switch everything around. Oh god, the new dye is good. But no, so this is something I learned. Now, I haven't set foot into Raw. I haven't heard anyone speak. I haven't even watched the launch trailer. None of that. But this is something funny. In Eorzea, everyone says arse or shite. But him, he says ass and he says shit. So he swears in like American English, and I love it. Because he's like, oh shit. And I'm like, hey, there's no E after that. Let's go back to Quarry Mill and think things over. Oh. Augmented Pendulum Blinder of Scouting. Try on. Man. Meh. Nah. Whatever. I'm gonna switch my hairstyle anyway once I hit Dawntrail. Oops. Uh-oh. They finished the cutscene. This divider is incredible. Yeah, no spoilers, please. No spoilers. Like, the last bit of information I absorbed was when they did the job action trailer, when they were showing off all the new stuff, and that was it. I've dodged every trailer, every live letter, every patch, no, every person on YouTube and social media who was like, I went on the media tour. I was dodging all that left and right. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, those are just the weathered weapons. He's got the level 100 weapons. Yeah, no, like, normally I would be gobbling that stuff up, but I, for once, want to go in completely blind and have no idea what I'm going into. Like, for Endwalker, it was good to see the launch trailer, because basically you had no idea what was going on. Yeah, the final days were here, and at the time I didn't fully understand how people were turning into blasphemies. Or at that time, Termina beasts, as we called them. One thing I know for certain is that Ixok Majun ain't gonna play the obedient pet for long. Innocent Stork's gonna find out the hard way. But I reckon that'll be after she get the urge to indulge her twisted appetites. I'll do what I can to suss out where she got to before then. Then there's Goliath. The twin heirs need to know what he's been up to, and that he's still alive, for now at least. Let's get back to your training for now. Caged or not, Ixok Majun's out there, and our job ain't done till it's dead. Vengeance of the Viper. Oh right, I'm only doing this because I did like most of it on stream last time, but I'm only doing this now to complete it before I go into Dawntrail, just so I don't miss any abilities that get tossed in, like I did for Reaper. And I went into like level 83 stuff without Enshroud. Since the last time we spoke, the Twin Heirs have been looking for Goliath. They haven't found hide nor hair of him. Meanwhile, there have been plenty of Ixok Majun sightings. Seems Innocent Stork's eager to put her new pet to work. I expect that's why Goliath's commanding officer asked for our help. Let's head to the Outer's Nest and hear what he has to say. Oh, well, that's good to know. Still, I was playing it safe. I didn't know, remember? I know nothing. You know, then again, I probably would have known if I just went to actions and trades and literally looked at what I would get. 90, you get Reawaken. And that's it. Then your next ability comes at 92. It's good to finally meet you both. Goliath spoke highly of you and your contributions to our hunt for Ixok Majun. Speaking of which, you got the information for us, right? We received multiple eyewitness reports of a creature surpassing even the most elite marks. Dispatches its victims swiftly before flying away. At Innocent Stork's directions, I'll wager. She's setting Ixok Majun loose to kill for her own amusement. Those slain were mostly roaming adventurers, but the circumstances of each attack suggest an escalation. The beast is striking in broad daylight, and close to the more populated settlements. The risk of a massacre grows greater by the day. There's another matter I wish to discuss, which may shed some light on the situation. We have received a letter from Goliath. Shock. Other details sparse, he wishes to resign from the Twin Adders. That also includes a message for the two of you. Do you recall our discussion in Southern Thailand? Though my aspirations were beyond me, I pray that you succeed in fulfilling your own. Ah! A clue. I remember, Goliath, you want to prevent those with bright futures from dying before the time. That's why you joined the Twin Adders. Wait, we had the talk in Shroud, not Danilin. And he did mention our aspirations, which is to protect people from rampaging beasts. Don't you see? He's telling us that Ixok Majun's going to appear in Southern Thailand. Yeah, I literally got that from the first moment of the letter. A hidden message. Albeit not particularly well hidden one. Innocent Stork read this. She was surely divined his intent. I can only surmise that she knew and allowed the letter to be sent regardless. What better way to lure you into a confrontation with Ixok Majun than by taking advantage of Goliath's sincere plea for help? Trap or not, confrontation suits me fine. If it's a show she wants, then we're happy to oblige. As for the wear, she doubtless wishes to avoid attracting the attention of the immortal flames in the Amalja. It's a Goli desert like us not. Send word to Uldar, but in the meantime, I wish you every success. To the Sagoli. I really hope it turns to daytime for this, because I don't feel like waiting. No, the carcass. This was Suckmanjun's work. Didn't expect the trail to be this easy to pick up, but perhaps I should have. All something else to walk straight into the trap. No viper worth their salt would ever shield away from danger, am I right? 6:55 and I'm 6:33. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I'm a smart child. And it's still nighttime. Ooh. Ooh, I'm liking this music. No, Goliath. Such grace, such power, magnificent itself given form, worthy of awe. Alas, these mediocre destructions are poor canvas for your art. Whoever ain't got one defensive, lol. Fitting. No, it's got one defensive. Blood weapon. It heals me. It's over, innocent stork. Yeah, girl, bye. Yeah, I'm waiting for this thing to kill her. On the contrary, the main attraction's just beginning. Goliath, what have you done to him? After his childish trick with a coded letter, I decided to let Suckmanjun punish him. An appetizer, if you will. All the money and the privilege in the world, and this is how you choose to use it. Killing for killing's sake, for the sake of killing. You know better than Thrall Vidral, a monster that deserves to die. A flattering comparison, though you seem to be getting the literal monster that stands before you. Suckmanjun, I brought you fresh prey. Oh, I haven't forgotten about you. A coward through and through, I knew. But one I thought had some pride. Guess I was wrong. It's time. Suckmanjun is ours. Really wish this wasn't during nighttime, though. It's like a paragraph, and yeah, it's very pretty. I like it. Too bad I gotta kill it. Oh, not gonna say anything? Alright, let's go. Higsack, give me a bloody spectacle. I would hate for this to end too quickly. Why not toy with them a little? You're gonna force many mistakes there and stay sharp. Uh-oh. Wait, what's that smell? Well, he goes indeed. Higsack, time for games is over. What was that? Someone that had a tactic, no doubt. Oh no. This is the limit of your power. Kill them now. He's like, nothing to it. Almost at 100. Wait, what's that? Noxious gas. Damage taken from the Viper is by... Oh, that's noxious Nash. I don't know why I read that as gas. What's wrong with Higsack? Oh, don't tell me. Move, you grapefruit, move! That's it. Innocent Source made a huge mistake. Ah, okay. This is all you're capable of. Uh-oh. She's backsassing it. Are you not satisfied with the prey I provided? You have all that you want and more, but only if you obey. Kill them. Kill them now, I demand it. This ain't the Higsack I know. And I reckon Innocent Stork is the reason why. I could smell the wild grass on her. Less potent mixture than the one we doled out before. Just enough to keep Higsack at arm's length. But even that's too much for the Vitral's senses. That's why it's addled and can't think straight. And so, she's made a fool's bet. Higsack only tolerated Innocent Stork and her shenanigans to sate its own bloodlust. Two apex... Hey! Garlean is getting up. Two apex predators can't make nice forever. I'm not done with you yet. Garlean, you stubborn worm. Oh no, who saw that coming? Maybe now I can concentrate on the fight. Alright, Niran, give it everything you've got. Oh, now we're talking. Cranking the volume for this one. Oh, so triggering that gives me a freebie. Nice. Looks like it's through messing around. Keep it together. I screwed that combo up. You're not being so slick now. Okay, maybe he's being slightly slick. Yeah, saw that one coming. Oh. Something strangely, be careful. Yeah, the wings are glowing. Oh, ow. That packed a punch. God damn it, this ain't over, not by a long shot. Oh. Kashua. Niren, you alright? Yeah, man, you saved my life. Wings. They accumulate ether before the beast strikes. Police is right. When it spreads its wings, get ready for a huge attack. Go for the wings, keep it pinned down. I can't target the wings. Oh, I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's new. Did it, now for the other wing. That did the trick. Don't hold back. It won't escape me again. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Oh, those are new. Oh god, oh god. Alright, Beastie's almost dead. Got him. Ooh. It's glowing red. Normally when I defeat things, they explode in a puff of purple. O restless beast, may you find peace in death. As the serpent sheds its skin, relinquish this husk, that you may rise again to greet a new dawn. Innocent Stork genuinely believed that she could bend such a creature to her will. That arrogance cost her her life. She never understood what she was dealing with, or afforded her proper respect. She took her superiority for granted. With the power she wielded to flaunt the laws of men, and was powerless against the natural order. Goliath, Naren, thank you for everything. It was a damn sight harder than I reckoned it to be, but I finally avenged my brother in arms and fulfilled my duty. I can once again hold my head high. FFXIV might be dead, but we still got a loose end or two to tie up. Mm-hmm. Goliath. You haven't told us why you led us on a merry chase for innocent Stork. May as well come clean now. Well, when I was a young child, my merchant parents were slain by a wild creature on their travels. I meant what I said in Fall Guard when I told you I'd swore to save others from a similar fate. That's why I joined the Twin Adders. Commendable motivation. And when then I met Innocent Stork, who explained with great enthusiasm that she shared my desire to protect others by bringing these beasts to heal. I thought I had found a kindred spirit. I later realized she fed me nothing but lies, used me to obtain information collected by the Twin Adders, all for the sake of identifying potential additions to a menagerie. I disclosed all manner of sensitive intelligence to her, believing it was in furtherance of her efforts to save lives. But at the time I learned of her true intentions, it was all too late. I confronted her, told her I was going to inform my superiors. She smiled and laughed and said that she would unleash her fiends upon Gridani if I spoke a word, with some of her finest reserved specifically for my family. I'm guessing it was Innocent Stork's idea to have you join the investigation into FFXIV. It was. There was no excuse for what I did. Allowing myself to become a pawn has led me to needless suffering. Nothing I can say or will do ever be enough to earn your forgiveness. Whatever punishment awaits me, I shall gladly accept it gladly. Well, Naren, what do you think? What do I think? We'd better hand them over to the Twin Adders. I was thinking the same thing. It's up to them to decide his punishment, not us. Quite right. I will request that my superiors meet us at Quarry Mill, while I shall give a full account. So then, meet us there when you're ready. Back to Quarry Mill. Oh, right. I should probably... Nah. Or... maybe I should. Once I teleport in, I'm gonna cache some stuff in. Oh, I can already get the umbrella. Nice. Do. Bomb parasol. Oh, it's little bombs. I like that. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Alright, where is... There they are. Oh man, this is the greatest feature that they ever included. I gotta talk to this quest guy, but there's such a crowd of people. If only there was some way to just... ban... okay, cutscene activated. I was gonna say banish them all to the Shadow Realm, but... As a soldier of the Twin Atlas, your actions are inexcusable. Once you make my report, expulsion will be the least of your worries. There will likely be a trial. Oh, the music. Where I come from, we don't take kindly to liars, neither. Our word is our bond, and the violation of that trust demands punishment. Oh, wait, is he gonna be like... He's gonna be like, he'll be expunged, but I'll take him under my wing and train him to be a viper in Tyrol, far away in another continent. But I will say this, as he told to protect the people of Gridania. Not only that, the actions he took contributed directly to the defeat and death of FFXIV. I won't say the end justified the means, but it's not nothing. Duly noted. I trust you understand this consideration may not change the outcome. Yes, sir. In my place to tell you folks how to handle your business. I'm just a simple man who crossed the salt to kill a withdrawal. But if Goliath isn't stuck in a cell for the foreseeable future, I got something. Ah, I knew it! I got something you could help me with. You see, now that my business here is concluded, it's high time I made my way home. Trouble is, passages back is more than I can presently afford. But I need to put in some work, and I reckon Goliath can help me find clients in need of Viper skills. Well, a simple man you know who knows better than to tell us how to handle our business, you've struck upon an intriguing solution. Well, I've spent my fair bit of time in the company of a silver-tongued someone. Who, me? Goliath, your conduct cannot easily be forgiven, and so it must be acknowledged that you played a vital role in slaying FFXIV. Swear to never again stray from the path of righteousness, and no charges will be brought against you. However, I accept your voluntary resignation, as you previously did request. With this arrangement, you may yet pursue your dream of defending the innocent from nature's most deadly threats. In your capacity as Keshqua's assistant, what say you? I shall do as you ask. You have my word, though I will bear the shame of my misdeeds as long as I live. I shall endeavor to redeem myself through service to the people. You can start by finding me some beasties to slay. Well, it seems like I'll be sticking around the Orzia a while longer. In the meantime, you'll be sure to find clients of your own. I reckon this continent's more than big enough for the both of us. Wherever there are folks in need of a Viper, that's where we'll be. And I'm going to the New World. I kind of wonder where he'll show up now. Will he just be like a wandering character who will just pop up from now and time again, like Alpha, Omega, and Loporritz? Wouldn't it be funny as an NPC he just shows up and helps you fight like S ranks? Victorious Viper. 5 points. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at you, Goliath. Look at you, you spiffy, handsome boy. He's still using the spear, though, but you spiffy motherfucker. Look at you. I could just kiss that face. You were such a nerd before, but I changed the clothes, and now you're good looking. You're still a nerd. So look back into Raw. I've been working on a Viper, putting that. It's the only difference is going to find the client's for me. Sorry, just using some of my savings paper so I can help further field. To go wherever needed, so to be back a few gal. Okay. Now then. Oh god, look at my armor. This isn't dyed. Look at that metallic swing. Alright. Now. No more waiting. No more dawdling. No more. It's time for the journey of our lives. I've completed my Viper story. Just in case, I've covered my grounds for any new skills. Viper's already at 91, which I assume is the new dungeon level. It is time. As soon as I load into Garlean. I wanted to start the stream in, or at least started in the bedroom. However, I've encountered a glaring issue. The one who's giving me the quest is the guy who lets me in. Oh, right. See this Fenroth? To the Shadow Realm. Except when you're targeting them. They get to stay. Except when I do this, to the Shadow Realm with you. Yeah, I wanted to wait in the inn room, but he won't let me because he's got the quest. Oh man, you know, I'm a little excited. Here we go. Oh, I should have talked to Wook Lamont before I hit accept. Damn it, I know where she is. Welcome back, Niren. I just had word from Arendelle. Seems he's managed to secure a passage to Thrall aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go inform your travel companions? It'll only take a moment. Oh well, no doubt she's already moved from location since I started this. You know what, Despair, I'll ask you. Should I change my hair now or after I get to Thrall? Because I'm wondering if I should change it after I get to the new world or before I get to the new world. You know, for the whole passage of time thing. Now? Okay. Ugh, he won't let me in. Alright. I was kind of hoping that now that I can talk to him without the quest hovering over there, he's like, oh man, new world, you should go do it. Please, sir, I want to go to the inn room. You should really go to the new world first. Oh, Chica, please. I want to sleep a bit. No. I'll at least go to my FC house for the minimalist money spent. Oh, did we? I was about to say, did we change the inside? No, it's the lighting effect. I never stepped foot in here since the lighting changed. Hold on, let me check downstairs. Wow, still mostly the same. Okay, that's new. And I don't think the rug was green before. Alright. Call me a nerd. But I already decided on what hair I was going to use. And yes, it's the new hair. Because I've had my eyes covered for too long, and a lot of the hairstyle does contribute to having my eyes covered in some fashion. But then there's this, which shows my big ass forehead. But I like it. But I like it so much. So I'm going with it. Esthetician. Gonna cut my hair. Dun, 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 dun. See, now that like a couple of years have passed, my hair has grown so long that I now have to tie it back. Alright, back to Garlean. What did you call him? What, the esthetician? That's his name. He's the haircut guy. I know it's esthetician. Alright, don't start with me on that. But I'm gonna say esthetician every single time I have to say esthetician. Alright. Now to run my happy little bunny butt back all the way. Yeah, okay, whatever. Look, I know how to pronounce stuff properly. It's just I've had it said it in my head for so long and no one's ever said it out loud unless it's a player saying it. So I just go with my usual gibberish. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is voiced. So I'm happy to hear Wuklavat's voice. Good old Senna, that big fucking nerd that she is. Once again. And Arenvel, too. Arenvel. Oh, okay, it's not voiced. No, nerds. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Arenvel himself. I need to drink water. Ooh, new music. Ah, you're all here. Took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Toral. There'll be other passengers, researchers, and artisans alike, so we'll need to share the deck space. That's fine, Arenvel. I doubt anyone expected we have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concern, now is the time to voice them. Who I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's clear on what it is we'll be doing in Toral, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tulio Yal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become the Dawn Servant. God, sorry, the twins look a little off to me, but that's because I'm so used to seeing them how they are before, and now they got their little graphical update. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstitution, Garlean seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Toral, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsabad. But we'll be pursuing this goal in our own time. You'll be assured that will give the contest its all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kyle? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Oh, Cry looks so pretty. Her eyes are just wonderful. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the erring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for both reasons official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the... Oh, it's so cute. I want to hear her say Papa. Get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. Ah, the Golden City is a childish bedtime story. I am part of the expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. We won't make you Dawn Servant by standing here talking about it. I go wherever so adventures to be found. Hoist sail and let the wind take us where she pleases. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. You're all still committed to the journey. Then I say we make ready for the to part. Oh, it's gonna be a while before I hear this again. And this was so nice to hear. Ow. Ah, it's so bright and sunny. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in any danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. I'm trying my best to be Aaronville. Gotta get that Scandinavian accent in. Now this should be voiced.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Oh, we're already starting with the main theme.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Toral may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Oh, that's cool. There's a Bermuda Triangle in the world of Final Fantasy XIV.
Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Butheswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
And then, to the heavens we rise, fighting through the storm, leaving the shadows far behind. We'll walk right to the end, and the trial will face, turn back, transcend. Only we decide our fate. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? No
And
more
so
running.
does our ship cast off from the docks.
Oh, he's narrating.
We sail west, as Kattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the new world.
Oh, he's
known
seeing
to
his
our
kids
children
off.
as the
Oh, and their mom's there too.
continent of Tural.
Oh, there's Gohatia. Oh, of course.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
She's in my spot. Finally, a brand new adventure awaits, without the weight of the world on my shoulders for once. No wars to end, no nightmares to slay. It's the on Cloud Ilsevard. I'm just bouncing to the music.
Smooth sailing so far?
Way to jinx it, Aaronville.
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know.
Yeah, kinda hoping we get there by now.
Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Sure.
Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Ooh, we got crystals. I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little bit. Have you spoken with our shipmates? Tyrol is a good distance away, and it might seem a pleasant way to pass the time. I can feel my edge starting to dull at these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Fontaine. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tyrol. Fontaine's my name. We're gonna estimate aesthetics in Oldar. You'll see, but my employment with him came to an end. That's why I'm visiting Charlie in the hopes of starting over. I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard the room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn servant welcomes all regardless of origin, so Tulio Law seems like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Can I go down? No, that sent me back to Old Garlean. Where's Alphino? There he is. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray we have no need. There will be a need to use it. You want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next to the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the writer's concession, your young Wook Lamont being one of them, of course. But from what our Momojo bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. So, 4 others are vying for the throne. And the one we were warned about is one of them. I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. Yeah, had enough of playing the simpleton. Oh, there was a time when we took great pains to maintain the... Wow, so they fucking just played dumb while in Eorzea. There was a time we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tyrol, it's becoming impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. The many our warband had fallen, and we head back home to lick our wounds. So them being like, ugh, you strong, good hero, is just a ploy? My story, well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kettenram. You know, the first Eorzean that foot on Tyrol, almost 80 years ago. When Mojo's leaders said they'll welcome Kettenram with open arms, send them home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Produce, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across the Eorzea like wildfire. This grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kettenram returned to Tyrol several times after that, but his ship vanished during this last recorded voyage. He was never heard from again. That even the seasoned explorer like him can meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's perils. I must have gotten trapped in the Shades Triangle. Oh, I missed someone. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Uldar. Specialty imports and exports Eorzea and Tyrali boast. This is your first crossing the salt, as they say. Do remember that the social morals of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those of yonder. Consider this. It's not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Mikote... I'm sorry, what? For the Mikote, the Hestaro, the Hrothgar, the Zabral. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race have to be associated with the clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Oh, okay, don't worry, I've had experience with that in the first. I wonder what the Viera are called. Did you learn anything of interest? Actually, yeah, many things. Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Wook Lamont and Arabelle teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's gather in the cabin. Dun 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 dun. gotta load them new graphics. Uh-oh. Also had to load the storm. And what's that in the distance? Oh. Wait, there's two of them. There's dots. Oh, no, those are stars. Never mind. Doink.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Oh my god. She gets seasick.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
So we're called the Shatona.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name.
What?
As for my mother...
Uh-oh. Damn. Ooh, new. New camera usage.
Oh dear.
Only elders have watch! This wind's too strong to take in yourself! I'm falling off the mast! We need help!
Oh
Get
shit.
on the decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Holy shit. Oh,
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
yeah, let's go. Alright, off to a bit of a rough start.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Oh shit.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Oh shit, Alpino, you can't swim. Got the generator up.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Damn.
What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
I fought Leviathan.
Woklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
I'm here to help.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Oh, gee, thanks for waking me up, guys. You know, I probably should have worn my adventurer's duds that Tataru gave me instead of my armor, but eh. It is dawn. Look at my shiny ass forehead. It's a booby.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Well. Blah, 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 blah.
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Yeah, the guy who was freaking hanging from the mast.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
It's a small boat.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Let's go. Oh, recreating the fucking trailer. Let's go. Where's the Square Enix coral?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
No, it's the trailer. Look at that
There,
sassy little
look, my
smirk.
friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
I just want to rub her ears. Oh. Finally. We made it. Using early access to prep Viper. Waiting for a day off from work to properly stream this. Covering all my bases. Finally here. And there's people who's already cleared the X trials. Ooh! And it's nighttime, because of course it's nighttime! Oh my god. Oh, she's still seasick. Oh, it's so pretty. The Moblins. The Pelopellos. The Femros. Was that corn? And the Dawn Throne. Just wish it wasn't night time. Oh, I'm loving the music.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between.
Alright. I might stream for about another hour or so. Maybe another 2. Not 100% sure. But hopefully you'll be back by then. If not, then, you know, sleep well.
And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out, or...?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
Oh, so they carry a different accent too.
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
I kind of forgot she's royalty.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
Really wish it was daytime. And it's raining too. Wonderful. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Where's Alice? Alice? Well, we set foot in here when we already lost Alice. Oh, geez, people are here. Oh, there she is. Wonder what kind of trouble those soldiers are expecting. Ha, so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. Wasn't sure my stomach would make it. What an amazing city, as lively as Ul'dah, and even more colorful. According to Arenville, the Vanu I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. Seems to share more than physical resemblance. To the Shadow Realm with people. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You arrived in Tuliolal. You can return to the city any time we're speaking with the swarthy sailor in the Scholar's Harbor. Blah blah blah. You guys still have the same thing? Yes. I would ask that if the journey tired you, but I'm sure you've endured far worse. Ooh! A weapon right off the bat. Mountain Chromite. Interesting. Well, being on solid ground has improved Wuklamant's mood. Her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Alright then, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha, we were wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found her... Oh. So she's called the third promise. She's found herself some new followers then. Followers. Uglamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. Third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my handpicked entourage, I recruited them to help me win the right to succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. The group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectable distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Uglamat is technically royalty here, like or not. A person of our station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups, to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Niren, you and Kral can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we had a good look around. The voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wukalamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. If you insist. My Manderville weapons are at 665, and the weapons I get here are 645. And these are 660. I might as well pop the crate for Pictomancer. Oh wait, dang it. I'm fine, really. Can't stand around stand all day feeling sorry for myself. Oh, with the contents looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Erinville already mentioned the reefs of our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yoktoral, the southern landmass, clans that produce various goods for export. Their wares were unloaded here and carted off to merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Clement and Carl are now accompanying me. Do I really need a reminder of how that works? I guess for people whose stories skip their way to here. Wandering around the city is so exciting. Unfamiliar wonders everywhere we look. Tulio Yal is like my own garden. I lead you around with my eyes closed. If this were a tour ship, it'd be plain sailing all the way. Well, more people are popping in. The word ship alone is enough to curdle my stomach. Oh, I'm loving the music. Well, we got the hunt board, a market board, delivery Moogle. Suna. Oh, there are a lot of places for me to go through here. And it's loading in so much. Oh man, my frames. Perhaps I should... normal. And... actually, no, don't limit my frames. There was a thing. That I could probably flick. That should render stuff at a... trying to remember, there was a setting that I turned on that would display stuff better quality at a distance. I'm going to turn that off. If I can find out what it was. Filters? No. Character. Mouse, I don't use mouse. Why would it be names? Shouldn't be in a hotbar either. Or maybe it moved, I don't know. I have to deal with it for now. Maybe when the place is less crowded. Oh yeah, this place is crowded. With people doing literally crafting all over the place. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolala's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to... Oh, no, never mind. Kryle didn't have anything to say. Oh, no, I do speak to Anne Kryle. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right. I should mention here with Tulial, we buy things with Bell, a currency that the Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from users, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. There's also... I'm sorry, Wachu Meki Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. Other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the looks on your faces. Actually, does Kryle say anything new? Just assuring we can know you because I kill for shopping here. She does. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliolal. I think I told you before, my brother Koana spent years studying in the Garlean. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, up the slope to the right side with the gate, which leads to Zaktaral. Let's make a stop at the bright plume post on the way. That's the headquarters for the Lance Guard. Yes, attune. Alright. How bad is the pricing? Oh! Okay, Ratzahan is about 1,000, but we're gonna go into the other side of the world. Yeah, it's about like 1,500 gil. Alright, things are getting better as we're getting away from people. It's just the sheer volume of people that slows me down. Oh. Run, everybody, run. Kryle. Well, talk. My goodness, for Aetherites. Though I don't share Wukalamat's dislike of ships, I'm especially eager to make the voyage again. Make sure you attune to the Aetherite. I don't fully understand how it works, but I do know you'll regret it if you forget. Boy howdy, will you. We have a lot of narrow and winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see though, the buildings being used as the city's main thoroughfares were guided wide enough to accommodate wagons. Charging up and down these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Wukalamat gets her endless endurance. God, this place is beautiful. I really want to see it in the daytime, and I got another 2 hours before the sun starts to rise. Oh, this Reaper using his teleports. Ooh. 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 Fight. 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 Ooh, what does this guy got? Oh. The same weapons I have, but red. Because I dyed mine black. Crowd, do you say the same thing? Yeah. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliola and preserving the peace. The lands God are met by the nations are led by our nation's strongest warrior, so naturally Papa has commended them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoral Jia took over as commander. That is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Oh. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... But I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alpha No and Alice should be around here too. Come on, it's time I show you the Skygate. It's right in the northern end of the Talon March. Well, I guess she doesn't have any sisters. She's got brothers. There's the guy who studied in Garlean, the first promise we just heard about, and she's, I guess, the fourth promise? Oh, I probably should have talked to Crow before. Whoops. That's a big gate. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by Arisa Jans, the Yokhui. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Yok-Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zok-Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one of the great landmasses, but long, long ago, two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. Ooh, a familiar sounding tale. And put the mind between the conflict of Heidelin and Zodiac. But getting back to Zok-Tural, these lands are also part of Tuliolal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The main clans of Tural have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands to put a stop to the myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's beyond the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zok-Tural requires special travel pass, unfortunately. They won't issue any new permits until the right to succession is over. I promise you'll get one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Then I'll make sure you win, mark my words. You really mean that? Well, to anyone that stands between you and the adventure. Oh, there you guys are. Look at that little yellow wizard. That's not a red mage, that's a yellow mage. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolal is unlike any place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying it myself. And we'll head west next, towards the Arc of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too. Tuliol certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We'll get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. The Arc of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Oh, I got a lot to cover in this city. the day theme. Oh, it's so bumpin'. Damn, Soken really went all out for this. Dude, I'm loving the music. Hope you aren't too tired. Tulial still has plenty of sights to see. We should heed Bell's suggestion and take it slow when we can. I imagine we'll need our full strength for the contest that's come. I'm still struggling to conceive how one can construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yokhui Temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zaktural to appease the gods who slumber in the Great Ocean Trench. After Yokhui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw the structure could be refurbished into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we're passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliyollal. We climb these sets of stairs here all the way up. New World housing? Dude, that's beautiful. Alright. Oh, discuss the palace. Papa's palace is Volnuk Shunsa, which roughly translates to an invincible resilience. We really want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of the palace is incredible. Wonder what carving at the top represents. Yeah, well. Ooh, it gets real hyped up and then a little calming. Oh my god, look at that. He's wearing a helmet. Oh, no, I don't want to step inside just yet. Okay, so I still gotta get that spot down there. That spot there, there. I've already got that one up there, and then the one over here. God damn. Like when Sokun was like, when Yoshida-san was like explaining, you know, we're gonna show off this area and it's got a little bit of music that Sokun's working on, it's not a complete. It sounded good, but god, wow. Wow. Sokun loves his leitmotifs, and goddamn can he make leitmotifs. Look, it's the baby Mamuja. Wait, he's doing a doodle. Oh, that's so good. I threw up. Stairs leading to the peak can get pretty steep. Careful you don't fall. I've been one step away from death more than a few times. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What man and people live here? Oh, we have our residents from Yoktural clans, Mamuja, Zabral, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanu Hanu. We also have Tonohuata, Hetsaru, and Shetona moving from the south, their ancestral lands in Zaktural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tural's diverse character. Oh, that's Cryo. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic culture aesthetic. It's all so beautiful. Glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. Let's discuss the huge drum. Where? Oh. The big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Landsguards returned from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting you with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time that Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Oh. Oh, what? I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? Oh, so they don't use chocobos here, they use alpacas. Welcome! If it's a alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you saddled up, I'll add your name to the register and I'll make things smoother next time we need your ride. By the way, I do remember how the Pelu Pelu talk in Final Fantasy X, and they talk fast. Meh. Oh, sleepy. If I stand near one, is it gonna spit at me? Meh, meh. Okay, I was scanning the conversation because I bet you they can spit. Oh, I don't want to go that way. Okay, I got that one. I'm gonna get this one. But first... And here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you only find balloons in Tuliolal. We have them for the exact same reason as Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Garlean. Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. That was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added a flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about the rituals. The Ark of the Dawn awaits. Don't mind me if I attune myself. God, man, he really went all jazz for this, and I love it. You know, I'm gonna go first person. Just enjoy this for a bit. Oh, we're going towards the massive drum. Oh, I don't want to crash into the stairs. I was in auto run, that's why. This is it, the Ark of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as the Yogg-Tara Landgate. But when Papa founded Tuliolal, everyone began using it as its present name in honor of his greatest achievement. Though the gate is Kazamauka, the wetlands south of the city, depending on what the right to succession asks us, we might end up going in that direction. Kazamauka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed by earlier? Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. Oh, did you have a bad experience with alpacas? But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. I'll be with her in a sec. I'm gonna go hit up the aetherite that's here. Oh, that is a lot of people. I think there is a quest here. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Ooh. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they may look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see something much more interesting. The following events cannot be skipped. Ooh, that one's blank. Pictures? No, wait, these are glyphs. They seem to tell the stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamusha. Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliyollal came to be. Study them as long as you like. Oh. 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 Oh, no more examining stuff. It's like select something. Quick, where's the where's the bird that stares at me? Where's the Adventures in Bastoma? Uklamat. The 4 stones closest to us cover the first half of Papa's adventures. Let's start with those. Lay of the Brotherhood, Lay of the Reeds, Lay of the Pots, and Lay of the Repast. Let's start with Lay of the Brotherhood. This pillar tells the Lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts a scene where Papa granted an audience to a foreign explorer. Something, I can never remember his name. You mean Ketenrem? Ah, that's the one. Ketenrem's arrival in Tuliyollal is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It is said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in the later years. Ketenrem's disappearance is a mystery in the Yolsi as well. The records say he traveled between Yoal lands and Yols for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Lay of the Reeds. Here we have the Lay of the Reeds. This is a story when Papa visited the Hanu Hanu in their visits in Kozama Uka. Ah, the people Alphino almost mistook for the Vanu Vanu. If not for the colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu Vanu in the Sea of Clouds. So it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of the Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kosoma Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but gold and silverwork they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Banu are the only people who are distant Tirali counterparts. Lay of the Repast. This one recounts the Lay of the Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure here depicted is of a Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and Mamoja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions our Papa took to end the conflict have since been hailed the first step in founding of Tuliolal. This is a clan of Rotha and Boja knows the Helions. In this society, the women rule as queens, and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tyrol, it's all men and women to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Yes, please. And these four comprise the rest of the saga. Alright, we'll start with the Lay of Gold. The Lay of Gold. The pillar shows one of the Pelopelu whose homeland is in Urokopacha. We have created our currency. The Pelu are rightfully known. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliolala's markets, and traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Don't let their size fool you. You might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they're clever and calculating traders. The Lay of Ice. Ah, this one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tyrol Petrol, Belligramanda. I should explain. The Tyrol Petrol is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Oh, so it's a... What are they called? God, what do they call them in the East? Carl, you better know. Ah, the Auspices. That's right. The Tower described the Far East and opposites in similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Belligramanda itself was dubbed a Sky Ruin, a name earned for destruction and terror visited upon Tyrol every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After the great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the rising Petrol and sealed it away in Urkopacha Mountains. Despite its reputations, however, Belligramanda is a symbol of power. That's why you see its likeness in Tuliolala's national emblem, and adorning the banners at the palace. A blank pillar and a Lay of Proof. Oh, this one is unlocked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliolala's history, whatever it might be. And the Lay of Proof. Ah, the Lay of Proof. The big fellow is the Yok Hui, the largest of Tyrol's people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok Tyrol. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Zak Tyrol. You'll recall the massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Some of them, after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urokpacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the Sea of Stone. But what would move them to renounce their ambition and their place in Tyroli history? Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. Not surprising there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Oh man, I'm getting hungry too. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, these two are the last ones left. And we're reaching the marketplace, and my frames are already starting to drop because everyone's hanging around here. That man has overshot his... Or, he's not? Oh, he's probably accessing the market board. Jeez, people, go home. I'm gonna go quickly get this one. I'm sorry, what? Auntie's tacos? Oh god, I can't handle all these people. Yeah, it's a real shame we had to leave Grahati behind, even though the trailer clearly showed him, so either he's gonna stay behind or he's gonna show up at some point. And now that I've attuned to all of these, I have unlocked nothing. Hello, crowd. Just gonna wait for her. There she is. Have you ever had tacos? They're Tuliola classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here. It's Zabalyov's tea's best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Sit downstairs and place an order with all Brookville. Oh man, we're eating fucking tacos. Big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, so big. Big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, so big. Oh my god. They sell nachos! And shish kebabs. Boy, those... for the graphical update, those are really low poly.
Brookevo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
He's very pink.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Didn't I have a hand in that?
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Suspicious.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Yes, please, I am starving. My tacos!
Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh, no.
I don't know these ones. New salt. Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it.
Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor. Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Do you mind?
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
He's gonna pay for stepping on my tacos.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
And not for me.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro.
Ooh, we have a third one.
Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubico and the blue-scaled Bunewa. the child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, hold on, getting a call.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wooklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
My tacos. I'm going to enjoy killing him. My tacos. My tacos. Sorry, I'm really heartbroken over those tacos. Look, if you're gonna take this long to load, can you at least load me in front of the palace? I can't wait for the load times to cut down though, because again, it's only doing this because it's a very populated area, and I'm still here. It's a very heavily populated area. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tulliola cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alpha and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head there from the Western Quarter or even the east side of town to march if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volukshunsta. Ah, my poor empty belly. My tacos. Do you have a better feel for our city now? The food is amazing. Passing Mamulja, let us try a fruit called Karamoya. It was just sublime. Another reference to the trailer. I saw two-headed Mamulja on our way here. Another claimant in the right of succession according to Aaronville. There's so many narrow and winding streets, but even if you all get lost, all you do is keep your head up and you'll arrive at the palace eventually. We made it, good. Then we're all here. Still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri. The contest won't wait for us forever. Then it's 6:50. So cutscenes will play in sequence. Yes. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down the alley to investigate. So it's like herding a pair of unruly corrals. Heh, I understand all too well. Garlean had the same effect on me. Right then, now's the time we saw inside the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Wait, is that? Oh, how come Estinian gets this scene?
Estinian? When did he get here?
More to the point, why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunpurge to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
It should have been me, not him. It should have been me.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Vow of Resolve, Galul Jaja. What's the other head called? Estinian looking good.
Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
I see you, warrior.
I gotta say, Nidhogg's looking good too.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm going to bed now. Good night. And the other head wakes up.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant.
Oh. He's got a different name.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenesh.
Aaronville, then. And these others, I assume, are Lamati's recruited allies.
Ha! All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Bye, Stenium. Oh, so here are the others. And this dick. The taco killer. See, even he doesn't like him. Like the Aztec look the guy's going on.
The claimants are assembled.
The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona.
Oh, he's a cat boy.
The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja.
Very disrespectful.
You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well.
Wait. So, is the two-headed one his son?
Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against.
Or not.
Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Okay, I guess he's the blood son. The other two are, of course, adopted.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral.
Ooh, he's got a sexy voice.
Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
And sassy to boot.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Toroil and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word. For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Toroil with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Ooh. What is being brought? Tablets. It's the story.
The Tuliyollal saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Cryo?
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Oh, that's a lot of people. That is a lot of people.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
Graha.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I want to see where this journey leads, Aaron Bell.
So you are committed to your path. I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come!
It's Zeralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Zeralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
And he says, get fucked.
Zeralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Zeralja, the palace seer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Zeralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Zeralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Interesting.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman. A gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
So it's him.
You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Zeralja, the warmonger.
And here I was thinking it was the two-headed asshole.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zeralja's ambitions.
What? How come I kicked off for you and not for me?
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Pew pew, meow meow.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Garlean's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Garlean. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Boo! Hiss! Boo!
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyolan. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Where's everyone going?
We wish for one thing and one thing only, third promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turali way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care. Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Vanui.
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Well, good, it's nighttime. How do I know? Because the Eorzean time is 5 a.m. right now. I can hear them crickets chirping. Oh, my favorite weather, fog. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but the others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to do is... all we have to work with are the 7 tablets and the connection to the Tullio saga. Why don't you first compare the tablets against the pillars? Check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea, let's go take a look. Ah, the studio has been added. Actually, Cryo, Emmett South, the Spirit Vessel, can I, you know... Yes, I can. Ow. Good. I was hoping I could just jump off. Preparations intricately carved in the tablets for the claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no light-hearted matter. That makes everyone. Does it? We'll them off the tablets if you would. Of course. Of course. Ugh. Forgot to switch accents for a sec. Everyone has a tablet, then let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we established the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path we walked in uniting Toral's peoples, that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. There we have the answer in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tulliola saga. The events the glyphs portray, but do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector that would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of the Reeds was the nearby Hanu Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold, the one involved in the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Yeah, your first choice. Do you go to Pelu Pelu or do you go to Vanu Vanu? Sorry, Hanu Hanu. Before going anywhere, we should ask about the road ahead. I've heard a lot of talk as we toured the city that after the storm we passed through the sea. Apparently you've averaged Jok Taral several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as yours is, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. Want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. It would be prudent to ensure we prepare for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. I'm glad I was able to enjoy most of it before the fog rolled in, because of course it does. Ukdamot said she would bring the information to us. I wonder what she meant by that. What a comfort to have our lodging sorted in advance. Oh, such lovely little cottages, and they're on the water. Welcome to Farard Cabins. That's right, under reservations under Ukdamot's name. Don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down our third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us at Sabaya Tire. Taye. It's Taye. Greetings, visitors to Tulliola, and welcome to Farard Cabins. When you're ready, I'll show you to the rooms. I am in fact ready. Oh, no. Alright, this is a good place as any. Aw man, I'd love to enjoy this view if it wasn't for the fog. Oh, looks like I'm placed in the first cabin. You know, maybe... Okay, can't fish in here. Oh, you got a little kitchen, too. Comfy bed for two. And the unending journey. But I'm gonna call it here for now. You know, I could have just changed my hair when I was here. Oh well. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream for now. Hopefully I'll be able to continue tomorrow on a different stream. But for now I'm gonna go eat and do a little cleaning. Good night, everybody.